With the NBA playoffs a month away, it means we are getting closer to crowning our next NBA champion. OKC, Cleveland, Boston, or some other team will be in this video next season, but today I'm ranking the last 10 championship teams. When making this list, I considered basing things on the run, dominance, and finals MVP, but I want to rank all of them based on how good the team was. I ranked them by team, worst to best, and if they all were in the same bracket, the final team is who would win it all as the best team. I hope that makes sense. Starting off with the worst championship team of the past 10 seasons, we have the 2015 Golden State Warriors. This Warriors team is the worst team of the four that won a title. Andre Iguodala was the finals MVP this year, but the path to this championship was pretty easy, and if you match this team up with the other 9 on this list, the team is by far the weakest. You can't say Curry was going to dominate because he wasn't MVP Curry yet, and knowing that, there isn't a real it factor about this team that says they are better than any other championship team over the past 10 years. Now, if they had the 2022 Steph Curry, the 2015 Warriors would be higher, but the 2022 Warriors are ahead of them. This decision simply comes down to the fact that this version of Steph Curry was so dominant, it pushed himself into the GOAT conversation. That's how good he was in 2022. Sure, we all know how great Curry was and had been, but in 2022, he solidified himself as an all-time great, and with how well he was playing, you could make an argument for the 2022 Warriors to beat almost any team. Would I make that claim? Absolutely not, but it's something you could say. This team also had a vintage Andrew Wiggins, and with how well Wiggins was playing, Jordan Poole's elite run, and combined with every valuable piece from the 2015 Warriors, obviously aged versions of them, but the bottom line is that the 2022 Warriors are better than the 2015 squad, and that ultimately lands them at 9. The most hated championship run of the past 10 years is not the bubble, rather it is Giannis and the Bucks' 2021 run. I do not understand this hate, as Giannis and the Bucks dominated both ends of the court, but were aided with injuries to opposing teams. But the bottom line is that this was a great and complete team that had the peak version of the most dominant player of the 2020s. Giannis was that guy, and if his finals performance in 2021 doesn't tell you how dominant he was, let me remind you, he put up 35, 13, and 5 dismantling my Suns in that finals series. And we're so quick to forget how Chris Middleton was playing at the time too, as there was real conversations that people created that said Chris Middleton was the Batman and Giannis was the Robin. We have forgotten about how good Middleton was, and knowing how dominant Giannis was combined with the defense led by Jrue Holiday, this Bucks team was scary and is becoming extremely underrated. They still belong at 8 on this list, but if they had better depth pieces and could match up with other championship teams at the 2 and the 5, best believe the 2021 Bucks would be higher. And they are the most underrated championship team of the past 10 years, and it's not even close. We can call the Milwaukee Bucks 2021 run a cupcake run due to the injuries, but the Denver Nuggets should have the same criticism about their championship in 2023. The path to the championship in 2023 for Denver was an 8 seed, 4 seed, 7 seed, and another 8 seed. This wouldn't be highlighted or really a problem, but you look at their track record against the best teams before and after this, and it makes you wonder how good was the team actually, and what would have happened if they played better seeded teams. However, we cannot discredit the team's utter dominance and ability shown throughout this playoff run. Led by Nikola Jokic, one of the greatest centers of all-time playoff riser Jamal Murray, who had an unreal playoff run, perfect complementary wings in MPJ and Aaron Gordon, rounding out the 5 with championship-winning vet Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. This starting 5 was one of the best and well-balanced starting 5s we saw in the past 10 years. However, outside of Bruce Brown and I guess Jeff Green, the bench was heavily depleted and made for glaring holes. Knowing that the bench unit is virtually non-existent, and the starting 5 can be neutralized with the exception of really just Nikola Jokic, I have to say, this team is only the 7th best champion from the past decade. The greatest championship run ever. 2016 3-1 comeback, LeBron James block, Kyrie game winner, and all-time performances throughout. The 2016 Cavaliers did in fact have the best run, but as for the team, they're only the 6th best team in the past decade that won. LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love were an amazing three-headed monster, and you can even argue that 2016 LeBron and Kyrie were the best duo of the past decade. But I'm ranking based on the team, and the 2016 Cavs did not have the best team, but they were better top to bottom than we are led to believe by the media. I will be the first to make comments on the 2020 bubble Lakers, but I cannot deny how good this team was. The Lakers had a dominating two-man game with LeBron and AD, who both were playing at MVP levels the entire season, and especially during their run in the bubble. The balance and depth of the team is what set them apart from being a basic team. Elite two-way players surrounding their stars, amazing depth, and an elite system allowed this team to dominate the bubble in the 2020 season. This is probably the second deepest team of the past decade that won, but the overall talent outside of AD and LeBron is what holds them back on my list. Coming in at number 4, I have the reigning champions, the Boston Celtics. This Celtics squad ran through the NBA, dismantling everyone in their path. This was the second most dominant team of the decade. However, they were just so much better than everyone at each position that the NBA could not match them. 1 through 5, the Celtics bullied everyone and had enough on the bench to make sure the team was a well-oiled machine. The system and defense they had was unreal, and comparing them to the best teams of the decade, the Celtics are top 4 and have a case to be higher. However, I think 3 teams were more complete and better head-to-head. You can call this bias or whatever you want, but my favorite championship run of the past decade is the 2019 Raptors run, and they are the 3rd best team of the decade. Kawhi Leonard was a two-way demon and absolutely ran through the Eastern Conference in dominating fashion. Shut down MVP Giannis, broke every Philly fan's heart, and won the first and only championship in Toronto on the basketball side. This Kawhi can go band for band with any Finals MVP over the past decade, with the exception of 2016 Bron. Adding Pascal Siakam, who was playing the best basketball of his life, Kyle Lowry, Danny Green, Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Fred VanVleet, and Norman Powell, this team was well-balanced top to bottom and had amazing depth. They were an amazing team, and the only teams they wouldn't have beaten, well, it is the final 2 teams. When Kevin Durant joined the 73-9 Warriors, we all knew a championship was coming for the Warriors in 2017. The 16-1 playoff run really told us all we needed to know, and when we knew it was going to be ran back in 2018, that run was also dominant. However, only one can be the best team, and considering that 2018 wasn't as dominant, the best team of the decade is the 2017 Warriors without else much to say, other than they were that good. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. The reason it was a shorter ranking video was because I want y'all to enjoy March Madness and go enjoy college basketball. I know this video drops on Friday, but wanted to stay consistent for y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed again. Comment down below your favorite championship run of the last decade or of all time. If you want to see how busted my March Madness bracket is already, click on the video on the upper left while I break down who can actually win the 2025 NBA championship on the upper right. Y'all stay safe. Have a good one. Bye.